This dude's rubbing his nipples. That's definitely going in the video. All right, what's going on everyone? Today, just wanted to take some time to run through our two swags. So we've got two different sizes. This one we're looking at right now is our 1550 swag, which is the big queen size swag. We do have a 900 as well, exact same swag. So we'll go through all the features in the 1550, and obviously it's the same if you wanted the 900 version. Like our rooftops, we do pride ourselves on our canvas. On this one in particular, it's a swag. It needs to be a bit more durable as it gets rolled up on the ground and everything like that. It's a bit more exposed to the elements. So we've actually done a 420 GSM on this one, which is nice and tough. We've stuck with the black theme. Common question we get is, how does black canvas go in the sun? It is actually really good. We've been using it on our tents for 4 years, great result. And overall, we still found in the swag market, there were, some spots that were lacking, which is why we decided to do a swag as well. A few key improvements we could do to the current range that's out there, with airflow and obviously not having a sagging part in the middle, which we'll cover soon. If you don't want the full rooftop setup and you just wanted to keep it nice and light, being only a 20 kilo swag that really rolls up to about 300 by 300, nice and small. Even though it is such a big platform, it does roll up nice and small. It is really appealing to that lighter traveler, or if you have a young family, you want to put mum and dad up in the tent and then the kids in the swag, or vice versa. It just allows you to have a bit more room. Paired with the 270 awning as well, you can drop a wall and that still keeps you out of the elements. And if you ever need to pack this thing up, if you do have that wall on the 270, it'll be nice and dry. So jumping into the swag, first thing you'll notice, we've pretty well put these moon roofs everywhere the whole way around it. And that's got our midgie-proof screen, of course, the same stuff we use in the tents. This is really cool. You might not ever sleep with this top section open, but we find that when we use it, it is nice to be able to load your bedding in from the top as opposed to rolling down on the ground all the time, trying to get everything in there. So that's a really cool feature. And we do have a full canvas cover that goes over the top with like a flap over the top, so your zips aren't exposed to any water. What we've done, which sets us apart from most of the swags, is we've put a solid middle pole that actually runs the whole way through the middle, so you don't get any sort of like sagging like a normal swag would do. If I loosen that off there, just to demonstrate what a normal swag would do, they kind of droop in the middle. So we've used this big strong pole in the center here to keep that locked off. And that means you can utilize the full 1500 space on the inside. With these poles as well, they all just clip together. We've all seen that. We will run through the full setup process soon, but just to demonstrate it now, the poles come up nice and square, which means, your traditional swag is quite domed, whereas this one is more of a square shape. So that means you can actually utilize the whole internal room. You can sleep right up to the edges in it, which is a really nice feature. While we're in here, we've got the 70mm mattress, which rolls up inside the swag. So even rolling up that small, you can leave the mattress in there, which is awesome. It's a high density foam mattress, so it's really comfortable. We do have one of our thick sleeping bags in there as well. We've done a big bag, so you can actually roll it up with that bedding in there if you wanted to. We didn't limit the bag size, so if you did want to just leave the bed made, you can do that, which is cool. On the sides here, let's jump around, have a bit of a look. If it's raining and you still need some ventilation, we've given these little rain flies off here, and then we provide all the ropes to tie it off nicely. That all comes in a nice peg bag. You got all your ropes and all your pegs ready to go. So one last thing to mention before we roll it up, and this is something we noticed when we were first, investigating swags. Not every swag has PVC that rolls up the side. So ours comes up, it's a bit over 100mm. And what that means is, if you're camped on a low-lying area and you're not up on a stretcher and you get water coming under your swag, you can actually lap up the sides. And what canvas will do eventually, it obviously is waterproof, but after a whole night being waterlogged, it'll eventually get into the swag. So it's very important we've got our PVC base. And this is the same PVC, the strong stuff we use on our awnings. So exact same material, different application, just making sure you're never going to get water or anything in there while you're camping. So obviously you can have up to 50ml of water and you'll never get it inside the swag. All right, we're back. Sorry, we got distracted with Christian over there before. putting on a show. But we've got the, so much we like you guys, I've actually set the swag up and then packed it back up, and then we're gonna set it back up again to give you the full experience of the Outback Tourist swag. This is what I was saying, so the bag itself is pretty big. We do have these buckles here. We're just really good at rolling it too, you know, heaps of experience, getting it nice and slim. But the buckles here to actually bring the bag back in a bit smaller, but all in all, like probably around like 300 mil, 350 diameter, pretty bloody good. And then say if you did leave your sleeping bag in there, or you could probably even put 2 swags in here, and save a bit of room. Waterproof bag, obviously, same canvas as the swag. There's still heaps of room in here. So, open this back up. And look at that, you can see how compact it is. Pretty bloody good. So obviously all nice and tight. Our PVC base means I could wipe all the dirt off it or any moisture that accumulated underneath it before I rolled it up. That way when we store it away, it's going to be fine in hopefully less than 6 months, and you guys are getting out camping a bit more than us sometimes, but hopefully good to go the next time. We've packed it all up nicely. So I'll throw this back down, set it back up, and show you that process. All right, so we've got 3 main poles like we explained before, and then all we are going to do is put it through the canvas tab here. And then it honestly is a 1-person setup. You just have to flex it in a little bit, but you've got these little pins here and you just need to put it into the pole, like so. And then we just bring this over nice and center, like that. You sort of manipulate it that way, and then stick it in the other side. And from there, I won't bore everyone and do this on all 3 of them, but essentially we're just going to go around, clip all these on everywhere. Just another thing I'll mention, like we've just really used the right materials here, because swags we've used in the past, they always break. So just making them out of like good canvas means they're going to be here for a long time. And I think it's just worth noting that we didn't spare any expense. Obviously it's not the cheapest swag getting around, but there is a reason why we're a bit pricier. You get what you pay for. Alrighty, so on the last one here, something I forgot to mention and didn't actually do myself, but it's actually easier if you put the middle one in first, because that gives it a bit of structural integrity before doing the sides, because we don't have the middle pole in yet, so the sides like to fall in, which makes putting the middle one up a little bit trickier. So hot tip, if you do the middle one first, it just makes your life way easier. Cool, that's all set up. Obviously 1-person setup, nice and easy. You guys just watched it. These doors roll down if you need, and we have the screens as well. So they're all the midgie-proof ones like we mentioned. Got all the pegs necessary. I personally never peg my swag down, but if you do like pegging it down and you're a person of safety, then go for gold. We provide those. This rain fly over here, like we mentioned before, that is completely optional. So if you got to do that, we would just peg it out on the angle like that, and then peg it out on the angle like that. And that's pretty well it. That's our swag. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you on the next product walkthrough.